Chudang Soji Chonangla Chanchu Mando Nami Chansu Lagi Chini Jive Zoranji Dola Penche Sanje Chubara Shu Chudang Soji Chonangla Chanchu Mando Nami Chansu Lagi Chini Jive Zoranji Dola Penche Sanje Chubara Shu Chudang Soji Chonangla Chanchu Mando Nami Chansu Lagi Chini Jive Zoranji Dola Penche Sanje Chubara Shu
考来这样，
继续把这，
继续把这个来，
嗯，
啊，继续把这个来，继续把这个不是。Mention what first number?
90.
90, right?
Yep.
Okay, 继续把这个来上。
到底
继续把
这个有的人不当那个就是对别人是个人不当都是那里这个人不对你呀的，别人在做的是你呀的也是，因为这个人不当都那个是吧？人不当都是别人的也是，人不对你呀的也是。
Okay, verse number 90, right? Inspire me to practice the first stage, the stimulating yoga. Anyway, that transforms birth, death, and pardon into the three Buddha bodies. Right? The first one is the first stage, because this is tantric practice. Tantric practice has two stages. The first stage and the first stage and the second stage. First stage normally called generation stage. And the second stage called the completion stages. Yeah, there are stages. So that's why this first stage is referred to the generation stage. Okay.
到底是把都这个故事说是的，到这当是几是把说呀的，是说是的，是叫是把都是那是说是把都是叫是说呀的，那的这当这个故事写起来。Chubu, Lungu, Rubusun. That is, did it for Chan Yamsumia.
So the primary practice in this stage, the first stage of the generation stages, so we try to incorporate, or we try to transform our ordinary basis into a divine nature. Okay, so that means so death, this is a birth, death, and pardon. So these are the basis. So basis means like ordinary, or the something that ordinary being possessed. Okay, so that's why when we do this practice, the first stage or the generation stages, we try to transform all this ordinary nature into a divine nature. So divine nature means the three bodies of the Buddhas.
That is she chubu sigari chuala around she chuala she na around the yagi namju chuas chia she chubu sigari chua sigari tamibe chua sigari ati she Chua Sinanda, she Chubu Sinanda, Chubu Nida, the Chubu Maraba.
So the in this context, terminologies, we use terminologies in different ways. So the death, for instance, death is an ordinary act, an ordinary kind of phenomenon, ordinary things, right? But now sometimes we use a name that related to a divine nature or the Buddha, sort of like Buddha. Another word is Buddha. So sometimes we call that as the what was this?
That is the turbine.
Dharmanakaya. Yes, that as that the Chiwa Chuku. Chiwa Chuku means Chiwa means death. Chuku means Dharmanakaya. Death Dharmanakaya. We use this name terminology for this ordinary stuff, but no. So it doesn't mean that that is actual Dharmanakaya. Okay, you will find like this term. We use this mix these terminologies in this context.
야, 다때네, 다시 치워디 하고 가라. 아니, 라바닝 하세지 하고 비야래. 라바닝 하세지 풍부나.
Sure. 홍보시.
감시.
감시.
아니, 계지주.
계지 좁지.
유마.
유마.
계지주가 남신 하세지.
남신. 마마치. 니 생각이 가져다.
이제 라바닝나.
저번 내가 채마서 아니.
지금
남신아도 지에메르. 남신아도 맞으면 저번 내가 그랬어.
진짜.
남신아도 지에메르. 홍보마치. 감시지. 계지 좁지. 아니 유마. 어디 왜?
이게 지승아니.
어디서? nga di chena ni nga ni juji
생 거다.
ali ni senga nga ni juji ni ali senga on ni nam she ni senga this again in this practice we try to transform our ordinary death into a Buddha nature, right? So that means that we need to understand what is death. What kind of things called death? Okay, so before we understand that, we need to know there are 25 different elements, 25 different activities, sort of like Rapanyanga means 25 stages of or the 25 type gross level of consciousness, something like that. So the 25 the gross level of consciousness are Pongbonga, the first one. Pongbonga means 5 hips, okay? And then the 4 elements, and the Kamshi, KG2, I think the KG, it's like KG like the Mikna, KG means the not to see some of the thing I can't remember right now. KG means all the sensory levels. Sensory levels. There are 6 of them. Okay, 6 sensory levels. Okay, then the 5 objects. So then total makes 25 of them. Okay. This one.
융아.
This.
다들이. 다때네. 공부가 세디. 수지 공부.
So then the ships are doing again.
난전이 하고.
Yeah, I do know. Okay, now we're going to details. Okay. I think everybody knows 5 hips, right?
Yeah.
그래서 하고 오래.
하고래.
하고 오래. You don't know? Okay. Okay.
Good.
Okay, we go through the list then. 본봉한테 가서 쑥다 뒤로 리저베. 쑥이 본봉, 나요 본봉.
차이 보.
수지 공부 저야 공부.
초라치,
니시.
유시. 유지.
뒤치치.
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay, the 5 hips. 5 hips are form, 쑥치. 아니, 소르봉 is feeling. Okay, feeling. Duche means discrimination.
Yeah.
I think they call it discrimination. Okay, and duche means the compositional factor. I feel like I'm going to test and take a test. the consciousness. The last one is consciousness. Okay.
What is four?
Fourth one is they call it the compositional factor. The Kagmadi.
举系写的，里面地里写的，举系这里念的，里面举系写的，里面举系写的。
The third and the fourth one. The third one is called discrimination, right? Discrimination. I don't know how you make how you interpret that in English, but the discrimination in Tibetan is the dushi. Okay, dushi means that there's a mental consciousness, mind, sort of a mind that makes distinguish between two different things. Okay, that's called discrimination. That's why it's called discrimination. Okay, dushi. So then the dushi means so dushi is the
里面举系，
dushi.
两个满印的举系，
라?
满印的是里面举系，
가랭 많이 믿으지?
两个满印的举系，
대만 많이 믿으시으면
里面举系是多，
대만 드시세요 뭐시 가야 많이 믿으지?
西方满印的这，
시험 많이 믿어.
这呢，啊，六个等级，西方满印的差的。
Anyway, so the in our body, so like our existence, right? Some parts are not consciousness, okay, but still they are part of our existence. So that kind of phenomenon is called compensation factor.
举系写的，能举系不写的，接不接是不呗？到底结束了。
Okay.
알 것 같다. 전에 풍부나리 있었나. 감시.
감시요. 써주면 모르게.
네네.
Okay.
써주면.
The four elements are easy, right? Earth, fire, water, and solid thing, right? Earth, I don't know. Earth, shoe, water, air, fire, water. Yes, I do.
No,
Air. No space.
감시. 전에 계지도
Kichi. Kichi said the
미기 계지. 나는 계지.
roller. So then the
이름
Six six sensory level, six sensory factors, right? And the eye, nose, ear, tongue, and tactile. Okay. And what so there are six of them. The go again.
there's five and then
You get mind, consciousness.
five sensory.
No, there are six, including six. The sixth one is mind.
Five sensory one.
Yeah, one mental. Oh, okay, one mental. Yeah.
계지. 아니
Yunga.
이가 소자체로 됐잖아.
Okay, so the four or five objects are form, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Right? Okay.
산나 시주나 신
남신하다.
나노타비 시
알레
시주기 나노타비 시 냠니 시
냠니시.
소도이 시
소도체.
야두비 시
체체.
냠니 시 디소나
냠니시 디소.
추진기 시
추기니시. Okay. Okay, now five consciousness. Okay, so five consciousness. Still, we are talking about the in the tantric those goes like path. I mean, like a basis, path, and result. Okay, right now we are talking about like all the basis. Okay, in terms of basis. Okay, so the basis first one is called all of this are wisdom. The mirror-like wisdom. The first one. Okay, the nyamni means. Equanimity wisdom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the soto means what is the other one? Soto.
Discrimination.
Discrimination wisdom, right? Something like the discriminating wisdom. And then the chaduk. Chaduk is like action, something to do with action. Chaduk bishi. Do you remember? No. So we're talking about wisdoms. There are five wisdoms. Okay, so okay, I don't remember right now. The fourth one. The fifth one is Dharmadhatu wisdom. Okay,
그랬습니다.
this one.
다티 라바님한테만 림바신도 팀내니 치구야. 언제 아람도 치리잠바 라바님한테 림지 팀니 치구야 봐. 다딘도 좀 라바님한테 미기 온부터 니엘을 미 마통을 치차도 봐. 미 마통지 니엘 미기 온부 냠기야. 제가 미기 온부다 뭐 냠중이디 나야. 팀들이.
Yes. That is not so sure. That is okay. If you heard this before, it's easier. If your first time, it's very complicated. Okay. Anyway, okay. Now Rinpoche is trying to describe what is death. Okay, death, how death actually coming to exist, happens. So all of these 25 levels of factors or things, okay, when they dissolve, when they dissolve all everything, so then that is called death. Okay, so then there is a progression how they dissolve. Okay, they don't dissolve simultaneously or together; they dissolve gradually. So first, the more evident you can see something that sign more evident will be like your eye consciousness. You will lose your eyesight. Okay, when you lose your eyesight, at the same time you're also when you lose eyesight, eye consciousness, we call it eye consciousness, right? When you lose your eye consciousness, this is the first sign, the death process, the process of your death. Okay? At the same time, it also dissolves other 4 things altogether. Okay.
다들이 담부디 수지 풍부 팀도 여러와. 수지 풍부 팀 수지 풍부 팀 팀벌이야. 아니 메노다비 시세 시디기 메노다비 시세 등나라 뒤뒤야래.
수기 미용 같은 수기 풍부 팀으로 본반에는 수기 풍부 팀.
네.
본반에는 수기 풍부 팀.
일단 남신가 있는 메노다비 시디 팀.
메노다비 시디.
단주왕가 있는 사이주한테
사이주한테.
단이 계지 두는네 미기지디
미기지로.
그래서
지니 숨쉬나 그래서 okay. So there are five things. Dissolves.
아니 띵나야 된다.
나.
유가 있는 수지.
용하는 수들와. 됐어. 미용부 팀과. 계제는 미용부 팀과. 아니 캄나는 스타치와. 아니 풍부는 수들이 메론치 위시 레시지 니 숨쉬나 도 레시나 레시. 맞긴죠. 말이지. 풍부만은 수치. 여기 캄나는 스타치. 캄시는 스타치. 계제 주는 믹치. 융하나니 수치. Ini meron da bishi. Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay, so we have a list, right? The 5 heaps, 4 elements. Okay, we have list. List goes like this. Okay, the 5 heaps, 4 elements, 6 sensory levels, 6 sensory factors, and 5 objects, and 5 consciousness. These are the list. Okay, we need to pick one from each. The first, okay. First, you pick from the first one. You just pick form, suk. Okay. Second, you pick earth. Okay, and the third one you pick eye consciousness. Fifth one, fourth one, you form. Okay, there's 2 forms, right? Anyway, I'll double check with them. The first one is form, not just form, not just object. This is not object. It's called the heap. Skanda, yes. Form of heap, something like that. Okay. And the last one is mirror-like wisdom. All these together
Yeah.
dissolve spontaneously.
다들이 나도 미안해 들리들도 미국 홍보 다 그래서 수 풍부 팀들도 미국 홍보 팀들 미 메시지 차도를 담보 내내 미 메시지를 지제 나를 잘 고통이를 지제야지 내내 지야 다들이 님들도 봐 다들이서 팀들이 이렇게 나도 이거 팀들이
Okay, so when these five dissolves, right, begin to dissolve, so then you will lose your eyesight. You can see object, and you lose your the what you call the form from the skanda, five skanda, right? And then, but still at that moment, but still you can hear some sound, okay, because your ear consciousness is still inactive. So that's why you can hear some sound, but you will lose all these eyesight.
다디네 수지 풍부 냠베 따르지 가리야 팀베 수지 풍부 팀베 따르지 가리야에서는 리지 냠충 그래야지 마 감르도 야지 연구가 날 아니 네번에 봐 리라 유 그바 파샤네 라파 파샤네 티샤네 대대이 지야르바 어디
So there are signs. You can tell like when the first the group dissolves, and your physical body becomes very weak. Okay, and nuba meba means you will lose your strength. Strength means like let's say someone move your hand from left to right, you cannot move it from left to right. That kind of strength, you will lose that kind of strength. These are the signs, the first, dissolution, first process of dissolution.
다리 시디고 메노들이 시티인데 다디 주민 나와신데 다디 메노들이 시세야디 뜻이다래 메노나리아 수강가 쳐그려봐 디나시디 유강가 지자도 차이로 로치야래 나도 메노나로 수강가 지자도 차이로 디나시기 남시지야래 디 메노들이 시시게 이마디 냠주게 이 냠베다디 니 셰바 세와 나레 셰바 시기라 디팀네다 치다 수데라 소바 수레 디팀베다디레 치 수데라 소바 다스 미딘 메시징 아가비 다디 멜로다비 시디 팀베다디레 니 메세바체 밀레가 브리데스 지민지 지무르바 토냐라 라베르비지 지무 지리야르바 어디디 잠바 메노다비 시티 팀시게 메노다비 시티 내가 남시가 술에서 받도록
지자도
차와를 봐
어디
그거다 미래비진도 주디 점바 코세를 책이 말아 어디니 지차도 점바 나노다비 시티 팀시게
to Ravisha to the Jadan, because Jadan suit is by Yavachema to Indishi receiver. Tell Kavayar.
니네 달라
Then the first stage, you also dissolves the mirror-like wisdom, right? So the mirror-like wisdom, normally the function of the mirror-like wisdom is it actually gives you a clear vision between two objects. It's like, when you have a reflection in a mirror, but even though it's a reflection, you can see all these objects, separate to each other, separations. You can see you can make it distinguish all these objects even in the reflection, right? So this wisdom is similar like that. This wisdom actually gives us ability to make a distinguish between these different objects. Yeah? When you lose that, then your eye consciousness begin to lose. So then when you see an object, you don't see everything appears like a blur kind of image in your eye. You cannot make any distinguish between all these objects. This is what happening when you begin to dissolve your mirror-like wisdom.
나 다스는데 사이 감 침대 따지래. 그래서 그래. 아니 니 샤도 수파 감도야 뒤에서 감도야. 단지 이게 수지 풍부 팀을 돼 수지 장단을 많이 하면 돼. 수지를 냠내야 돼. 수지 풍부 팀을 써야 돼. 단지 아니 사치를 팀들도 사치를 팀들도 이 시절 감도하지. 감부체.
So among the four elements, the earth element dissolves into water. It's dissolved into water, right? When it happens, then your the body, okay, begin to lose the mass kind of products, right, in your body. It kind of like you lose your muscles, sort of like muscles, all this the physical object, the physical things in your body, mass, okay, just the mass. And then when you lose the form among the five skandha, okay, five skandha. So then you will lose your tangdang. Tangdang means normally we have very, when we are alive, our body has very kind of like shiny, bright, kind of aura, something like that. So you will lose that. Okay, when you lose the form, the skandha form, and you will lose the tangdang. It's like beauty, sort of like the beauty of your body will lose.
Then 혈로 보지 마세요. 단지 이거 딜을 매번 써야 돼. 라바로 지기 야 잘할 게 있네. 야 맞네. 단지 딜 혈로 보기 와서 좀 맞아. 그거에는 편이잖아요. 샤서를.
The pombo 쑥 pombo 팀 들어.
네, 수지 풍부 팀도 잠바티 이게 팀바 수 풍부 팀.
장단도 해야지.
아, 장단이지. 아니 장단들어. 장단이지. 얘는 네번 매버지 봤지 시에서는 이게. 네번 매버셔야지. 지금 라버지 양 인기네.
어디 뒤수 pombo 팀 들어. 오케이.
다들 술 협을 들어서야 된다는데 사이 컴 팀들. 술 협을 들어봤을 거야. 다들 일 발시네.
So then again, when you dissolve the first skandha, the form, okay, then you will lose your strength. Sort of like you cannot lift up anything from your hand. That kind of strength. You lose that kind of strength. Okay? And then among the four elements, when the earth element dissolves, so then all the limbs of your body becomes loose. Loose. So then it's like if you cannot move from one place to another place.
다들 네가 온부팀데 다들 아니 네기 진좀 미니바세.
So then when you lose your eye consciousness, so then you will lose an ability to close your eyelids. What do you call this? Eyelids.
Yeah.
Okay. Eyelid. Okay.
다른 유기집에 수팀에 따라서지 리기 장단이 봤어. 그래서 다들
Yeah, I got your mama. 그런 주부가 추.
love my love.
Yeah, and the next one. Next one is the objects, right? Among the objects, when you lose form, okay, then you will lose your beauty of your body. Okay.
I don't think you've adequately explained the joke.
No, actually, I asked. Which is going, which is not following the list. Taking from random, right? I think subject itself is very complicated, and which is making more complicated.
That is rangi to the susigeta.
So the
Chiru to sing and be a marva. Big part and the Tasa is Chiru to su. Lead crew. Nasati Chitri Yam Drake Yamarva. Rangi to the suiting Yam Drake.
okay, now when we talk about elements, dissolution of elements, right? They start with no, not elements. Sorry, the come there, ranjugu dibe come there shabra. Su there, ranjugu dibe su shabra. Some as the yudi some ranjugu dibe shabra. Okay, so when you talk about elements, right here talking about elements, dissolution of elements, and then they form. The objects, right? Here we're not talking about external the elements and external objects. Okay, when you're dying, right, then all the external object will be intact. It will never lose their strength. Okay, so when we say like dissolution, when we talk about this earth and dissolving earth and the form and so this, all of these are mean something is related to you. Okay, something is exists within your existence. They are earth element, they are forms, so they are dissolving, not the external objects, internal objects. Yeah.
Then rangi gives a chita rangi to the Sangam the Karisha listen. Shala to the Shire, Shala to Sangam Ginala, rangi to the Sangam.
So when you say internal,
we
say internal elements and internal objects. So for instance, let's say they are among four elements, they're earth elements, right? So the what is actually internal earth elements in our existence? So it could be like our flesh, bone, all of these are actually internal earth elements. So these are begin to dissolve.
That and that the chi daddy, the so pumping and the say coming and the tigre said cherva. In the daddy career is the chi daddy with the shepherd. Now the daddy, any new property now to city, any. We could have been our set. That is, say, come the thing to the two come the now the same time there. Just a make it of the city. Make you say it. Chuna Shin here that choose be make you say city and do you must tell it to you. Motin Chigudu, Jamalas and Jamatin reality. Padagian Motin Sharia, Village Ida to Su Garsari, then do retire, but Ida to Su Dilla Chupini. Then the Buddhist in Duga should pay you should do some Chesanti, Mikutavos, Mikutavinawas. That is, say, comes into the Chu come the deity. Several child here, just a Mikutavina. That is handy. Susu Asa Susu the cherry and other. No, so then they do it to me part in a quota. Shall come the Chisha senior without coaching me several charges. How we are cheetahs again.
So these signs which you describe, like losing your, the strength and the becoming, your organs becomes loose, and beauty of a complex, the what you call this? Complex, right? Complexion, yeah, complexion of your body, losing all these are actually external signs. Okay, external signs means like the second person can actually detect all these signs. They can actually observe these signs. Okay? And there are also some internal signs as well. So internal sign, for instance, when the first dissolution happens, earth element dissolves into the water, so then you will have a mirage-like appearances. So it occurs that kind of appearances because when the earth element dissolves into the water, so the water element becomes more evident, more powerful at the moment. So that's why you experience mirage-like appearances. Mirage-like appearances means, let's see, like if it's in a very hot weather, so if you look far away, then you will see there's a layer of water, right? You know what mirage means. Let me just try to describe the mirage means. And some animals they get confused with that. They're walking toward. They're thirsty, right? At the moment they're thirsty, hot weather. When they look far away, so they see mirage like. So they confuse mirage like appearance. They're confused with water. They begin to walk towards that side, and they keep walking, something like that. So that kind of image, that kind of an appearance is called mirage. So you will have that kind of appearance, appearance when the first dissolution happens or into the water.
Tadi balik dari sini mesti saya hang di sana ni me point saya hang di ya tujuan ini cier berarti kasih ni kita
Did you see your mirage like the real mirage and So anyway, so let me just try to give you a clear picture of that mirage-like appearances. So if you look far away, then the sun hits the ground, and the ground kind of begin to vibrate, the heat, right? Then it actually creates some kind of image like water, mirage, like that kind of image. You will have that kind of image.
tadi ni nang kita tadi ni ko betin beta di je sui fun betin beta ni ngai ji ja tim sunga ngai ji ja tim bet sabe di nang kita di ta dan de ji chi da di mo du ba kuran re ta re tu ta di je.
So now, so far, we have dissolved the first set. Okay, there are like few sets, I guess. First set, right? And then the external signs, there are like external signs for each of these dissolution, right? Dissolution process. But there's one internal sign. Okay, there's one internal sign. So we have completed the first set.
That's where from things.
So next one is heat. Among the heat, feeling. Right? Feeling dissolves.
That the 12 puntos ya di, only could get 12 to times in the city. Jida 12 ya, easy could get 12 yarba, 12 yari, to me. Yarba, Tanya, that and the Pungu 9 and the 12 puntos in the Tati, career in it. You see, could get 12 to some. I mean,
You should call this one. Okay, now the second one is feeling, right? Feeling. There are two kinds of feelings. One feeling they relate to your physical body. Here, one feeling that relates to your mental consciousness, mind, right? Mental consciousness. Here, when we say dissolving feelings, that refers to the feeling that we associate with your physical body. Okay? The physical, there are four of them. I'm just saying there are four of them, not the consciousness, the feeling of your consciousness. Consciousness or mind,
teacher. And then, Dini Bokaris, Yamni, she said, she do Yamni, she said. That is, she do Yamni, she did. Timbeta for the Garrison, Choati to Tanya Sumbuti, read you to Timbeti, Yamdu. Choati to Tanya.
Choati to Tanya Sumdi, because
that easy.
Easy,
easy quick.
Tunyam to know it.
Tanya Sum 소화 리치도 쟁겼던
Rich little person.
소화 인바를 집어봐.
Oh,
소화 디와다 땅인데. 소화 숨부터 소화 인가 뒤지죠.
chicken.
어찌 이지도 쟁겼던 냥
Some 초아인 베트 뭐 라고 그랬어. 초아인 바다.
리치
초아인 베 rich 라고 그랬어. Okay, now the amount of wisdoms, right? Wisdom. Then you will dissolve equality. Is it equality? Okay,
Yeah.
equality. So that is the sign for that. Okay, the sign for that. Normally we kind of apprehend that the feelings of three hundreds. Okay, I'll just lose. So this kind of wisdom actually apprehends the suffering, the feeling of suffering, feeling of happiness, and feeling of neutrals are same because all of them are just feeling, right? This wisdom actually understand, even though they are like different nature, but the bottom lines are same, like feeling, all of them are same feelings, right? So you lose that kind of power.
다들 이 팀베 따수 다들 냥이 시티 팀베 따들 시 따수 이시 콜기 좋아 디도 다녀 메진바 다단지데 컴퓨팅 비주 잠바 무시 콜기 좋아 디도 숨 다녀 숨부터 메진바체 좋아 미용체 무시 콜기 좋아 디도 다녀 숨부터 미용체 다 님이 이시세야 되지 이시 거기 좋아디도 땅이 숨부기 리치도 잼베티 냠두리
Okay, the first wisdom, when you dissolve the first wisdom, mirror like wisdom, right? So when you dissolve that, so that you will lose the power to experience, sort of like an experience, the feelings of the physical feelings like pain, happiness, pleasure, and neutral. Okay, you will lose that power. And then when it comes to second equality, right? Equality, then you will lose the experience of happiness, unhappiness, and neutral or good, bad, neutral. Okay, good, neutral, and the related to your mind. Okay, mind.
다디네 추감 된데 다디래 추다디래 거기당 일당 인다 차 구안남 시체를 감바스 두가 다디네 가주 감도야 네 누나 디감도야 네 짐바당 네 구아 차 두수가 시체를 감도를 두디잔다다
So then the elements, among the elements, water elements begin to dissolve in fire, right? So the external sign will be like you don't get sweat, sweat kind of dries, and the tear begins to dry, and then the you will not feel any pee, the liquid dries, right? Kachuchi, mikchuchi, jinchi, and then blood, okay? These are the external signs.
도수가래 추감도 샤야도 도시하고 있다. 그런지 리그 때도 추감 샤야도 가르쳐는 커주다. 누일다 진다 차라서부터 추감도 감 시나니 추감도 그게.
Also, these are the liquid, tear, and the sweat, bloods are the water elements of your body. So that's why they will lose their power.
됐지. 다들 나의 공부 듣겠다. 지난 3일 주다. 뒤니고 나의 공부 듣겠다. 단지 미국 공부 듣는다. 나도 다들 나의 공부 듣겠다. 근데 드라디 지나게 장 주스.
Okay, you have a power here. It says power, right?
Power is the sense power.
Sense power. Okay, sense power. Okay. So then ear dissolves, and you will lose your hearing. You can hear sound, right? So these are the external signs that you're losing your ear conscious, ear power, sense of power, ear power.
다디 나랑기 집에 잡히면서 나중에 집에 다디 가서 나를 들려서 봐 나고 제치야르바 소수때 나주 가사디 기버리 디 우리도 매버리 차도 기르바 이내 나주 집에 자디 그 유디 바디 나시 유디바 자디를 치 자신난 것처럼
So the one reason why you're losing your hearings because your internal sounds begin to dissolve. So internal sound means like you can hear, the water gushing like sound, right? This is internal. You can internally you can hear that kind of sound. You will lose that kind of sound. Yeah? So that's why because when you lose that sound, then you will losing internal kind of sound. We call it internal sound, right? And you will lose your ear power.
다티네 다나 나기다티 카레데스네 도에다비 나와스 다티 카레스네 메캄디 중금 팀들도 메캄디 디 나와디 시치를 진도레서지 다 중국 팀벌바 중금 파팀도 메캄디 뭐세 치를 주의하라 이디에서 도에다비 나와스 다디 나기다들이 프라
So the internal sign will be like smoky-like appearances. Yeah. So that is because when the water element begin to dissolve into fire, so then again, same reason, the water becomes more or less kind of power, and the fire becomes more evident and more powerful. So that's why you will have experience of smoky-like appearances.
다티 그 고라디 잔딩이 지냈다 내가 중간 팀이샤 삼삼했지 하프리아리 도와대비 나와디 시리아르바
So then if you have trained how to go through this kind of death process and train into their internal signs, right? So when you see that sign, then you can detect, you can tell that you're where are you at the moment, and that you're in the second kind of level, second stages of your death process. You can detect that, and you can use that as you can utilize that moment.
야 다티네 디시기 풍부나는 디시기 풍부인가 디시 풍부 된다 나와차로 디제스 디시기 풍부 청아 이바스타들이 시두기 소도 이시 니도 소지 다들 시두기 다 디시기 풍부 팀에 다들 하마나 속에 니도 소지 되면서 시두기는 디시기 풍부 팀들도 하마다 니들로 속아서 다지다 란 남기네 니 친구를 봤을 때 제야디 냠두요 니도 다 하마라 속아서 잠바티 냠두요.
So then third one, now move to the third one, among the hip, it's good discrimination, right? So discrimination among the wisdom analyzes wisdom, right? Analyze wisdom. Okay, now the discrimination, when the sign of the discrimination, like you cannot actually recognize your relatives, parents. I think medical term they call it dementia. I don't know. Like,
That comes before
No, that
the
oh, okay. Maybe not that one. I think. It's more, this is maybe more advanced level. Anyway, so you cannot make any discrimination distinguish between your parents, father, mother, and then the relatives. Yeah? So you begin to lose your mind, I guess.
Actually, like that.
파마 무슨 상관 유튜브 가서 그 파마 워싱 말해라고.
어래. 니도 써지. 수수 잼배 시바. 파마서 니도는 민매진스도가 민매진스도가.
So then you will remember their names.
근데 내가 집에 따서 유이지 대주 단 유이지 내주 뒤에 두베라.
So the sign of dissolving your fire. So then you will lose your heat from your body. The heat kind of starting to fade away.
근데 저도 주에 네번에 저도 주산에 주에 네번에 버쳐.
So then even though if you eat, then you cannot digest that food because of losing that fire element.
다 나의 엄부냐 팀에 따지래 나의 거니 룽나도 그 현진 치료가 다들 나의 엄부냐인데 나의 엄부냐 그래 내 분에 우야야야디 야야야디 시다메 판루야디 판루야디 체체를 난 줘야지 큰돌에 지지게로 큰돌에 지게
So among the sense power, you lose nose power, right? So that sign, sign for that is like your intake will be shorter and exhale, will be longer, stronger. Yes,
야
like this. So your inhalation shorter, weaker, and exhalation stronger and longer.
디지 다티네 랭기 기티베 지티베스 치다스 나레 팀미토스 네 팀미 미시 시미시네 가야메 초로스 다디리
So then,
이 지티시 유나이네 지티
so among for objects, then you lose smell, right? Smell, because you cannot actually detect or experience any smell.
어디지 되네 난다 다 카나 미치때리 나와서 난다디 카나 세디 카나 미지세디리 카나 미지세다 룽시 제도래 메감 팀숭아 메감 팀인지 룽 감디 시체로를 이 진배에서네 아니 전화번호 지여봐 카나 미지세 지봐
부드러워 하고
미지네 그들이 양대 거실들이 소마를 매바디 전화번호도 스톱소나 메다마 친친친지 나걸 체득으로 봐 어디지
Okay, the internal sign will be sparks, light, right? Light of sparks, something like that. So that sparks means sparks. Yeah, that means Kanamaker, Tibetan. Kanamaker means, I think it's called
어신이 미지세는
firefly.
Firefly.
Firefly, right? In the dark, when you see fireflies in the sky, you can see like all this sparkling light, or the light actually scatter all over, right? That can experience. I remember another give example, like if you tie a bunch of dry grass, what you call this grass, right? And if you put fire and drop in the sky at night, then you will see all the spark light actually scatters around, right? You will have that kind of experiences. Because at that moment, you're losing your fire element, and the wind elements become more evident. Okay, so the element becomes more stronger. That's why you have that kind of appearances.
다디디 나기다디
This is the internal sign, though.
다디리 대지수 되지 풍부 단 되지 마 되지 풍부 팀에 따들 전한 되는 팀반에 단 되지 풍부 팀에 따 위지 자와 그기서 미니
So then among the hip, and the fourth one, right? Among the hip, composition of factors. Okay. So for that sign for that is you can move your body. You will lose the movement of your body.
단 시두기 저두기시 팀에 따들 치자와다 거버서 팀에 시번 시번 단
So among the wisdom activities, right? Wisdom activities. So then you will lose sense of external activities. In your normal business, your normal activities, daily activities, you will begin to forget, not remembering all these activities.
단 become 팀에 따들 송지기 so 농주 라는 게 내내 니가 퍼신 우지나도 좋아 체스 다시 송지기 농스니데 송지기 농스니데 야르네리야 농제 송지기 농스니데 지단 송지기 농스니데 소소니기 농제르바 소 라바tin 가르게 다시 송지기 농지 팀주기 근데 송지기 팀에 따들 아니 누구 좋아 체스도
나군이 좋아 체스고로. 좋아 체스. 나군 좋아 체스고로. Okay, so the among elements, wind element, right? Wind element dissolves. So here wind element especially
농주신도 라라는 네 니가 지단 농주디 야라글롱나지 니고 나를 보러 남신나지 야기 신도님들의 시기야 자를롱나세디 송지글롱디 송지글롱제 투시글롱제 송지글롱데 주디 산에다 미게는 내기야 마티치에 들어가 송지글롱제 ini ini tulsi gunung chetine kare
Sonzi Tulsi.
ani kenju sin timbal ne gunung tere so sedi ani chapji gunung se tichile su ti jujen chiye chapji gunung se da dusu ganga तो नेसे निंगले नेगियारी माने निंगले नेगियारी दिदाता रंगने निंगले मा 팀에 नेगेटिव ने 팀주의 팀주 자레는 네 야라도 눈주부지 아니
잘못되면 실lum교와 가로수라. 나군은 교와 가로스. Okay, now the wind element. When the wind element dissolves, there are 10 primary and secondary winds dissolved into the life-sustaining wind. Okay. So there are five secondary winds and the 5 primary winds. Right? The 5 secondary winds are the wind that actually carries out our the sensory powers. Okay. There's a wind associated with your eye consciousness, nose consciousness, ear consciousness, all these 5 senses. Right? 5 senses. These are the secondary winds. Okay, and then the primary winds, Sayulunga, or the primary or the root, or people have different translation for that, right? So the primary winds are the life-sustaining wind, downward wind, upward wind, and then the what should they? Or passive wind. And what is the other one?
야 송지 tulsi
Tulsi.
냠내체 인주
That's the output.
연주 저제죠.
Okay, upward, downward, all pervasive, life sustaining. 참 그래.
아, 긴주지,
견주치, 투시치,
송지지,
송진치,
자지.
캡지치, 안 따지 그래. nga ba?
영내,
냠네. 냠네. Oh, economic is something. Something. Anyway, there are 5 of them. Okay. So what happens, like all of these winds, okay, winds are actually expanded out from the life-sustaining wind. Okay. When we go through that process, they begin to dissolve back to their originate place, okay, which is life-sustaining wind. Yeah. So then at that moment, all these 10 secondary or the primary and secondary wind begin to dissolve back into life-sustaining wind. Okay? When it occurs, then your external breathing will stops.
다티네, 계지 주의봐. 계지 주의인데, 단데 제 온부 디비팅 게야. 나지 니가 온부 나의 내 온부제, 아니 제 온부제. 이게 중요하구나. 다티
这样不得听不着。
다지 제 온부 디비팅 게야.
So then at the time the amount of 4 power and the 5 power and 4 power sense, right? The tongue power will lose.
단데 가르치.
제 온부.
어디래다 제 온부디 단지디 가르친 거래 담보지.
담보디 디레 가스디 가서 냐 가서
나의 온부를 봐.
류지 공부팀.
이제 본부를 봐.
류지 공부팀.
그래서 남시
타 남시 공부라.
아,
타 남시 공부라.
말다.
류지 공부 자두이시 롱. 롱. 중앙시는 롱.
팀 같이.
팀.
아니. 이제 두 나네.
계지 두 개는
이제 나의 기지. 제 기지를 봐.
제 계지로.
다 류기지지. 예 봐. 다디제 단데 다 수제 다제 온부 팀데 다제 온부 팀데 디제 온부 팀게 봐. 제 봉신 통라 제 자와 온부를 교가 다디리 제 온부 팀데 다.
So the external sign of losing your tongue power, so your tongue gets swollen, yeah, and gets thicker. So the thicker means swollen, right, and shorter, and the root of the tongue turn.
다디 것수 류 온부 팀게 다 류 온부 계지 두 계지 두나네 류 온부 팀게 봐.
There.
류 온부 팀게 아니 디 레제티 류 온부 유디 레제를 봐.
그렇죠.
디니티 디가 팀게.
제 냠도听出了. Okay, here among the 6 senses, we have 6 senses, right? And the tongue and the tactile also dissolve at this time. Okay, and at the same time, tactile, if we have touch, also dissolves at that time. It looks like 2 powers dissolving simultaneously at that moment.
다디 류하당 레제야 팀급에 팀배 치다라 레자 장주라 소파 명령체 얘는 난다도 마음에 바왔다 다는 한게 따들 마음에 바왔다 다른 팀들 봐
그래서
룽 팀배 인지점 봤다 룽 내배 마음에 지야를 봐 그래도 이용구 매배 좀 봐대 그래 봐룽 매배 마음에 이 나와 시작이야 다들 룽 팀배 따 나게 따들 룽 강팀샤 선지 나게 따들 이 마음에
So the sign for your touch and tactile losing their power, that you cannot tell difference between the feeling of smooth and roughness, yeah, on your body. So this is the external sign. Now the internal sign is a lamb. Like lamp means because when you lose your willpower, then you feel like there are still no movement, kind of like the bottle lamp. They're not still standing and not moving, not wavering, sort of like moving. You will have that kind of experience, stillness kind of experience.
다때는 디값을 사출을 팀세야 돼 사출을 팀세야 돼 셀캠디 중원을 두비야 말이야 이 팀세야 돼 그래서 사이캄 니번 내가 제니 니 팀세야 나버지 야페가 때문에 그야 말봐 사이캄디 주이캄디 두비야 말이 자사출을 팀 춤엘레 팀세디 주이캄디 메캄디 두비야 말이야 다 그래서는 그
Never tried to water.
어디
Okay, when we use a phrase saying earth element dissolves into water, water into fire, it doesn't mean that earth element dissolves into fire and the earth becomes fire. When the fire dissolves, water, I'm sorry, water, when the water dissolves into fire, and then the fire, water actually becomes fire. We are not saying that. Because we're using this phrase because when this dissolution process happen, we feel like they're dissolving into each other. Yeah, it's not that they're actually dissolving into each other. So when you lose the earth element from your body, so then it's gone. It's not that like it transforming into another nature.
어디 제선다 그 가르스는 디 난다도수 살롱시야지 그래 살롱기 아니 남식이 대지는 버티고 양국이야 세캄디 팀디 점바 살롱시야지 롱들 살롱 추는 민웅 롱제 전에 코리아 남식이 대지에 있는 거지 롱기 남식이 대지에 봐 살롱기 남식이 대지가 누구지 양국 아니 그 팀 슬레버리 그 세캄디 추칸의 팀도 말이 세 살롱디 남식이 대지가 누구지 양 팀주지 다출의 팀 슬레버리
So they actually so when this dissolution happens, all the winds that associate with each of element kind of fading away, losing their power. So that's what we said now. So for instance, earth elements, right? Earth elements associate with wind. Okay, wind that actually helps earth element to function, to become like a more active. Okay, so then the wind that associate with the earth, loses their power. So then we lose earth element. Okay, earth element. So then whenever loses the power, like some sort of like energy that actually pushes them, then make them more active. When we lose the energy, which is wind, okay, so then we feel like we're losing earth element and water element, all the other elements.
단 중시 팀송아 다지 군도 제주롱기 나와 단 중시 팀주도 단 농이 받아 단지때 농을 내송아 농남 사출의 팀 추멜의 팀 멜농의 팀송아 이것들 내송아 단 군도 제주 셴벨 농기 남시의 팀주도 아니 나와 저기 남시들이 다 숨이가 지게
대급수다 롱 팀도 롱날 팀도 정말 군대 계주 상마 팀 살아다.
군조 전주 팀이야 말이야. 롱 팀주지.
군대 계주 상마 팀 살아는데.
나와 참. 나의 뜻이라 롱 남시의 팀 랩셔를 봐.
Okay, so at this point, right, when the fire, so it's the wind element. Okay, wind element. At that moment, we have dissolved entire conceptual mind. There are 80 of them. Okay, 80 conceptual mind. All the conceptual mind has been dissolved at this point. Now we're entering into the consciousness. The consciousness has 3 stages, 3 levels.
다음 치심 라바세도 디디 나는 디디된 게 디디 치시게 단 유시 팀 저도 담바 다 치샤시게 예전에 셰베는 디디 치야 말에 나지 투순다 세디 셰비야 나지 투순이 세디 팀이야 말아 팀에서 디디 나는 다다 이 치샤시게 남시가 받을 라파티가 되겠다. 치샤세야 되겠다. 치스 아니 치워라파티 치스미 라파티 그거지.
So and also we break into two levels or two stages of death. We call the gross level of death or the ordinary death and the actual death, sort of like, right? So when someone reach in that stage, when they dissolve into the empty, wind, wind, right? Wind. So this person is clinically dead. Okay, clinically dead. But you can, this person is dead, right? But according to sutra, this person is not dead yet. Okay, but still in the process of dying.
디시 나와서 직제 제바세 직제 니에도세 직제 니르세제 디게디 팀기대
시를 쓰면 시도아. 네, 요새 시샤오르다.
아메다가 요시체도 좀 받다
지원을 주라.
군도 숨부디 디디리
그래서
나지 투순디 가버라
알았어.
지와 외신에 내두들 와도 좀디 된다 지와 외신이
탈라.
된데 지원주시단 남시 프로젝트 때문에 치야들이
So then the consciousness, there are levels of consciousness, right? We call three appearances. Yeah, red like appearance, red, white, black. Of course, easy. Okay,
White,
White,
red, black. Okay. Then at the end you have clear light experience. The clear light experience. As soon as you leave that moment, clear light experience, then you are dead. Okay, you are entering into the next life. This is how describing the sutra, death.
야 이제 지샤가
How does Shana answer?
좋아지다
Okay, any questions?
I have a question.
Rinpoche, on number 3, when the discrimination is dissolving, when the fire element is dissolving, what happens to the wisdom?
Analyze wisdom. I said this. Here is Anichinus writing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Analyzing wisdom. What happens to?
Yeah,
Yes.
what's that?
So you want to know what happened to that, right?
Yeah, because we didn't cover it. Thank you.
And the so duše timbe gapsu ani kasadi yishi ngai nane ani kasadi sordo yishi timgires larwa sordo yishi timya de ta da de ke pu tikol ke suma sonsa sordo yishi timya de karchingsa
예 저도 이식 팀በ가서
하마와 마신 거 라슬라 밍수 좀 와서 시신나서
가만해서 버지 내 수술 네가 디냠두기야 맞게 버지 예르바 수술도 베시드
네 아니 디카서디 수소 두시 팀베 따들 찍바라 거기 찍바샤오라 따
디신 풍기인데 소도 이시
팀로
네
되게 군이 두시 본부 팀베 따지 소도 이시 팀베 따지 니샤야 말 따지 샤줄베
시
밍 잡아제
니 파마다 니 둘러서베
잡아제 디시
수술 메딘 바지
이 소소도
지된 수술 메딘 바지
된 소소 밑에 봤어
파마다 니 둘러서베
알레 된 소소 밑에 알레
렌더 밍이바
밍 마찬 거디 가르디 Okay, so this is okay. We have discrimination and discrimination from the heat, skandha, right? And they analyze the wisdom, right? One of them were like you cannot tell the person's name, you forget, right? And one of them is like
Oh.
you.
She, but
You cannot make a distinguish between your relatives.
Oh, is that the wisdom that's dissolving?
Okay, so
Okay. Okay, thank you. The wisdom doesn't dissolve?
yes,
How long those?
finally you can. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. 뛰던데 되었습니다. Yes, okay.
Those process of dissolving. Normally, how long?
Oh, how long? Okay. 답변은 되게 태어난지요라. 태어난지 유래 가수요, 그래서.
아따띠는 나는 저 양라 사와다 모데 티벨라 또 수제네 티지 시다야 말이 팀디티 이유린 부야 말이 때때때 이 세계 지지 이유 근데 야 말이 다른 도수 내 나는 흘려지 마신이 지어봐 어디를 때지 이유린 부야리스
Oh, actually looks like it depends on like how your death comes, right? If you're involved in some kind of accident, you're falling from the cliff, got into car accident, stuff like that, you die instantly. So that's why all this occurs very fast, very swift. Okay? Very swift. Right now, when we expand in the text, right, this is based, all this description is based on someone who is dying in bed. Okay?
So I have a question. If a yogi can bring the winds into the central channel, well, what about the elements before the wind, like the water? Can they control the water element itself?
Oh, okay. Tapana season azu di nature ki to ten long du se ji ro as yo. Nature te ko ten long du se sambal din nam do nature ki to la ten ne. Ang azu chuan du ya du tu re se ko.
검토지
Kom to ki se ko.
검토지 단지 디르와 치림 레이트지 가도 안데 내조버기 웅도기
상마 등 찌빠지 그냥 등 두라. Okay. So this explanation, so we use as ordinary depth, right? All these elements dissolves and depth down to like consciousness and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
It actually occurs forced by your karma. Yeah. So whole process can happen through your power, through your yoga. You can use your force of yoga and make this happen within yourself. All this, everything,
Without
same
any,
thing.
without any normal causes for death, you can induce it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Through your yoga practice.
So when you're meditating on the water, it just seems like everybody, it all comes to the heart. But the water,
Oh,
I'm wondering about that.
now I feel like you're worried that if you do a lot of meditation, you lose your until your head gray.
Because the air is easy. Imagining the air coming
Okay.
into the central channel.
Okay.
Well, what are you doing with the elements before that? I understand conceptually for dissolving. But what are you doing with them? Can you direct the water to come toward the heart?
So okay, let me clarify. So you were saying like, so we meditate, when we meditate, we focus on wind, right? We
Yeah.
don't focus on all the other elements, right?
Right.
You are asking like, do we have to do all this other stuff at the same time?
What happens to the actual?
What happened? You just want to know
Yeah.
like what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Tapena said this word. Nenjo to the kuzo ma de durim chigro wa. Durim chigro sambala the juan shi de zo le mi ba chigyo marwa. Bigo ma chigro sambata juan shi de zo du 가르치고 가르쳐도래. 가르치고 그래서. 뒤 쉐벨롱 좀 팀으로.
룽다 틀리다 띵길 밑바다니 룽드 띵기 룽팀 유두된 되게 팀
뒤 쉐벨롱 팀도 사이 쉐벨 롱 팀도 사이 팀도 걸어.
사이 셴바기 룽야르바 사무 팀도 되잖아
사이 팀도라.
그 사디 이거디 팀도 해야 돼.
Okay. So when we do meditation, we play with winds, right? Only wind, right?
Yeah.
So let's say if you contrive, if you dissolve, if you control all of your wind and dissolve into the central channel, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Cool, right? At that moment, you're also dissolving a wind that actually carries earth element.
Right.
Okay.
Right, right.
When you kind of draw that back into the central channel, that actually draws also earth element. Everything.
Oh, oh, right. Of course. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Okay. No more question? You can start. Okay. Yeah.
So Rinpoche is talking about the ordinary appearance of what happens. So how do we transform that? into
Ordinary
pure-
appearances, which one?
When
You
you're
mean all
all
the
of
inner
these
sign?
things that we're seeing, all these inner
Oh.
signs, I'm assuming that that's the ordinary appearance of what
Okay.
you see. You know, if you
Okay, there are two
We're aware-
signs, right? External
Yeah.
sign and internal sign.
Right.
Are you referring to both?
So how do we, because in Tantra, you're supposed to transform the ordinary appearance into pure view, into your yidam. And so so how do we take that next leap of like, these are the ordinary signs, and how do we transform that?
Oh, okay, okay. 답변해서 듣는 마음 대신 야지요 again.
음,
대신 야도 sama 안에 탐에 베기 나와 텐다지 대신 잡으래서 이거. 디 가족이 답변해서 nga 냠는 시스 삼발라 탐에 베나시 도고 졸라 땐 탐에 베나시 그래서 도고래서. 다시 도고 여러베 그래서 도고래서.
아, 다 지냈지, 쟤네. 다, 구슴 남기지도 아니, 미버 과다네, 미버지, 딱 그래 봐. 우메나를 미버다네, 룽지 대 팀주도, 아니, 그 되게, 나와 대 팀주래, 그래서 그래. 사는, 사대 팀주야 봐. 이 공배 또이 팀주야 래. 그래서 그래. 룽지기, 사쿠란데 대대야 봐. 내줘버티네. 그 류지 대대야 봐. 류 대대야 돼. 디 셴바기가 룽지야 봐. 룽지 팀배 또기. 미빠디 틸리다. 안데 딘데기 참으시는 미네. 우메만 했다 야내려서 같은데 미빠디야 봐. 근데 딘이 미빠디야 룽지 팀주도 아니 그 중앙지 남식이 땡집에 누구지 매도 그 중앙 대대라 중앙지 남식이 땡집에 누구지
그는 수라 샤샤와이나 수라 샤전 뒷댄시가 남시 주에서로.
네
와나야스.
수기 가르스네
될 룽쇼 룽들 때문에 남시.
땡집이야 봐
룽든
룽디 수기 풍부 룽지야 룽디 팀주도 수기 풍부들이 남식이 땡집에
뒷팀.
네 수 그래 대대야 봐
Actually, so we do these practices. We transform everything. These are, yes, we said we have been like talking, just the ordinary point of view, right? These are all ordinary. Everything can be transformed into a divine kind of thing, the like non kind of ordinary stuff. So we do this practice in generation stages, okay? Step by step. We do this. For instance, there are some practices that actually helps you to visualize into a letter, drops, wind, and we use different kind of methods to do that in this practice, right? And the primary, our goal is to withdraw all the wind from your, existence, sort of like existence into one nature, right? So what happens, like for instance, earth element, right? When we talk about earth element, so there is a part of our consciousness, earth element that is within us, internal kind of earth element. I'm talking about the internal, the earth element. Okay, any existing part of our life has part of our mind consciousness. When we withdraw all this wind from this location, these places, right? At the same time, we are bringing back the consciousness that relates to that, that object. So normally, as an ordinary sense, we tend to look at it as an ordinary object, right? We try to bring them into a form of a letter, a drop, or wind, and then we transform them into a Buddha nature.
사감이 되지. 담에나 셔가야 돼. 사감이 마마끼리끼야 들어봐. 사감디 마마지 게스 근데 사감 타미게 나시드 가도 사감 마마지 추금 아니 제마 마마지 그 감이바 메감디 그 감 룽감디 그마 게임도 타미게 나시가 디그 있다.
Okay, so for instance, for elements, right? How we transform them into from like ordinary to Buddha nature. So in the tantric practice, we see all these four elements into female Buddhas. Yeah, so we transform them into female Buddhas. For instance, earth element, we transform, we depict or we visualize earth element as Mamaki, as the Buddha Mamaki, the female Buddha, right? And the water as Chandalini,
Yeah.
I think something like that. And then the fire is Gokarmo. Gokarmo means I don't know. Do you have it in Sanskrit? I don't think it is English. Gokarmo. That's another female Buddha, right? Gokarmo is more like anyway. So Gokarmo. There's a Sanskrit word for that. And the wind is Doma Tara. Tara. Okay.
Oh, Lochana.
Lochana, right?
Lochana.
Lochana. Okay, Lochana is a fire. Yes. So that's why we try to imagine all these ordinary objects, ordinary elements into a Buddha nature, female. Yeah.
Yes,
That's it? Okay. So she
Pechi Joshi Me Tokta Rira Nishin Jinde Genpa Di Sanje Shinto Minde Mewa Jobe Nanda